G'day mates, how's your bum for warts? I'm standing here on the banks of the Collie River in southwestern Australia, and I'm about to do some biologizing here in this wonderful country where we have a whole heap of things that I've never seen before. You know, I reckon it's gonna be a whoop of an experience because I've never been in this country before, let alone south of the equator. So the type of habitat we're standing in right now is known as the Marri forest. And the Marri, these large trees that you see all around us, making up the dominant canopy here. The scientific name is Corymbia calophylla, and it's a type of eucalyptus, sort of. It's not in the genus Eucalyptus, but it's related to Eucalyptus. It's in the family Myrtaceae, which is the family of eucalyptus and mangoes, I believe. I'm sorry, everybody. I can't hold this accent forever. But yeah, anyway, like I said, we're in the Marri forest, which is a type of ecosystem here in southern Australia. I think what we're standing in right now is actually a secondary growth forest. There's not many primary forests left in this country, in the world, for that matter. And this experience is kind of unique and special to me because, you know, coming from Southern California, a lot of these eucalyptus-like trees, you know, are obviously ornamentally planted out there, but out here they're native. You know, this is the native tree out here. This is what makes up the dominant canopy out here. And you know, it's just cool to see, you know, native plants, native organisms in their native habitat, in a place where, you know, they have evolved and adapted to grow and essentially thrive. But other than all this Corymbia, we got this one right here. This is one of the dominant kind of short medium layer plants in the understory here of this forest. This is Xanthorrhoea preissii, otherwise known as the grass tree, or the locals like to call it the Balga. It's in the same family, or at least the same order as what we got back home in California, the yucca, the asparagalles. Obviously different genus and everything, and a different you know, type of adaptation to this type of environment. This is kind of a medium-sized one. They can get way bigger than this, and they have these classic linear type of leaves. You can see right here where somebody had sheared them off. It's got that nice square shape right there. That's a distinguishing characteristic for this type of plant. But yeah, it's making up a lot of the landscape. You can see like a lot of young ones on the ground, but these things can get pretty tall. I want to say they can get up to about like 10 feet tall, maybe even taller. But yeah, like I said earlier in that horrendous accent, we're standing on the banks of the Collie River here in Western Australia, and it's a freshwater system that leads into a reservoir that's dammed up, which obviously holds water for all the people. Australia as a continent is largely made of sedimentary deposits from billions of years ago, and I'm pretty sure that there's not a lot of areas that get snow, or at least hold snow, in Australia. So a lot of that water is actually percolating through those layers and basically coming out into these freshwater systems and being held by anthropogenic engineering in order to hold it so you can support a large human population. And the only reason I had just mentioned that is just no matter where you go, you know, you see nice places like this that kind of look relatively untouched, but that's not the case. Like this place is a secondary growth forest system. Not too many old growth systems out there in this country, let alone the world. But nonetheless, it still provides biological, ecological value and holds a good number of species, a large, diverse species assemblage. And we are about to try and observe as much as we can on this trip here in Western Australia. So let's get to it. So just to show you again that no place is unsafe from human influence, I mean, you can see right here that somebody had dumped their old carpet and a bunch of tarp and everything like that. It looks like they might have done it here on purpose just to create a little, like, you know, sitting place or something like that to enjoy the river, maybe to jump in the river. This is known as a popular swimming spot and everything. You can see that there's a line in the water. That's mine. I'm fishing for a crustacean called marron, which is a native crayfish here in southwestern Australia. And today is actually the last day that you get to fish for marron. And apparently we have until 12 p.m. today to catch these things before the season closes. So hopefully all this money that I invested into these traps and baits and everything like that pays off. So I see some fish here, some little itty bitty fish just off the bank. Let's see if I can use this net, snap some. Oh, I got a bunch. Yeah. Okay, what we got right here is actually very interesting to me. So this is a fish in the order Cyprinodontiformes, which is an order of fish that you find most prominent in North and South America, actually. So this is Gambusia holbrookii, otherwise known as the eastern mosquito fish. And so this is a North American species that has been introduced here into this system and probably introduced for mosquito control. Now, in California, we have a similar species that's pretty much used for the same purpose of mosquito control, Gambusia affinis. But this is the eastern mosquito fish, which I think is identified by that dark portion at the posterior end of its gut right there. Yeah, Gambusia holbrookii, a North American species introduced here in southwestern Australia. How about that? Go and learn something. Let's check my trap. Okay, here we go. Do a nice fast pull. And we got nothing. All right, it's getting warmer, so we got the ants coming out. Damn, it seems like they're getting tripped out by the sound of my voice. Let me take a second to figure out what these are. So I just figured them out. I think this is Rhidodoponera metallica. Common name is the greenhead ant. And you can't really see it in this light. Maybe I can find another one. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, but it has kind of this like iridescent, kind of greenish, bluish shine to it. Family Formicidae, which is, you know, the family of all ants. Order Hymenoptera, ants, bees, wasps. But yeah, these must be the local annoyances here in the bush. Oh, there we go. That one shows a little bit of iridescence. You got to get it in the right light. Kind of pretty when you look up close. Just goes to show you should look up close at things. Yeah, it's pretty dope though. New species of ant for me. Never seen this before. We got a species of odonate right there. Anisoptera, subfam or suborder of dragonflies. By the looks of it, I want to say it's in the family Lateritia. And I'm about to give you the species right now. So I just looked it up. This is Orthitrum caledonicum. I was right, it is in the family Lateritia, which is the family of skimmers. Yeah, I learned that this species is sexually dimorphic. I believe this is the male. And all I'm seeing out right now are males. I'm not really seeing any females. The females are actually more black and yellowish. Yeah. Odonates, most successful predators on the planet. So the climate in this area is actually a Mediterranean climate, which is the same type of climate that you find in Southern California, as well as the Mediterranean region and parts of northern Chile and South Africa. So Mediterranean climates usually only get rain during the winter months. And right now it's the summertime, which means it's hot and dry, just like Southern California. And it also kind of makes sense why eucalyptus is so prominent in California, used as an ornamental tree, and in some parts as it's considered invasive and everything. All right, here's a good example of the inflorescence of that Xanthorrhoea. It's got a stalk like a lot of asparagales do. Yeah, spent flowers, or spent fruits, I guess. I guess these black things, these are the seeds right here. Tall stalk, like a lot of many examples in the asparagales have. I wonder what this looks like in the blooming season when it's really going off. I bet it's a stunner. All right, we got our first filmable bird. And this definitely looks like some sort of anseriform. Ooh, look at that, those tail feathers right there. Yeah, some sort of anseriform. Ducks and geese, that's the anseriform order. Doesn't feel too threatened by my voice. I'm gonna figure this out, don't worry. Okay, so I just looked it up. I think this is Athia australis, otherwise known as the hardhead duck. And I think that's what it is. And I believe this is a female because it doesn't have the white patch at the tip of its bill. There you go, doing its duck thing. I don't know too much about this species. By the looks of it, it seems like its feet is more towards the posterior end of its body. I wonder if it's a pursuit diving bird. What the hell is that? Oh God, they're moving too fast. There's that bird again. I just got pricked by this bush right here. This is Acacia pulchella, or the prickly acacia, family Fabaceae, but it's in the mimosoid subfamily. So there's two subfamilies of the Fabaceae family. There's the mimosoid family, which has flowers that kind of look like little feather dusters. And then there's the other subfamily, which has those like classic banner and keel flowers. This one looks like it's about to flower too. You see those little globes right there on top of those stalks, on top of those petioles. I believe those are the pre-inflorescences. So I guess this is about to flower soon. But yeah, those spines right there, that's what had me yelp out a few seconds ago. Very sharp. If you're walking through this type of habitat, no doubt you're gonna run into this bush right here. Yeah, Acacia pulchella, prickly acacia. Oh, right there. We got a beauty. What a beauty. That's Calyptorhynchus banksii, or the red-tailed black cockatoo, Psittaciformes. The order of parrots, parakeets, cockatiels, cockatoos. I have never seen this before. I never even knew something like this existed. But that's wild. That was another one. Very vocal bird, obviously. Looks like it's feasting on the fruits of the Corymbia. Wow. There we go. So parrots are actually very important dispersal mechanisms for a lot of fruit-bearing tree species. They digest the fruit and all the fruit flesh, and then the seed is essentially protected, passes through the gut and out the cloaca, and then onto the ground, probably somewhere else. If we can get a shot of that red tail. I don't know if you can see the red tail. Oh, there it goes. It's a decent shot of that red tail. That's why they're called red-tailed black cockatoos. Yeah, Calyptorhynchus banksii, out here in southwestern Australia. Hey. Okay, I'm in a spot where I'm seeing quite a good assemblage of different plant species. So let's go and take a look at some. Ooh, this right here, pretty showy during the summer months. Give me a second to ID this. Okay, so this is Biologyzing variefolia in the Pittosporaceae family, which is a family I've never even heard of before. Endemic to southwestern Australia. It's one of the more showier plants out here in the summer months in Western Australia. Oh, look how it vines. Kind of got that lantana type nature. But yeah, family Pittosporaceae. Family I never heard of, endemic here in Western Australia. Oh, look at that. Is this some sort of megachilid? Oh, crazy ass eyes, what? Oh, and then we got this menacing looking motherfucker right here. This is Mesomelina in the Cyperaceae, or the sedge family. But damn, look at those spikes right there. They're a little sharp. You know, probably to protect something from stealing its seeds. Oh, I think I forgot to mention another co-dominant tree that makes up the upper canopy of this place. This is Eucalyptus marginata, aka the Jarrah tree, endemic to southwestern Australia as well. Oh, the bark feels kind of nice, actually. It's kind of nice and fluffy. It's not scabrous at all or anything. It's not rough, really. It's kind of soft and spongy a little bit. Yeah, Eucalyptus marginata, the Jarrah tree. And then I've been seeing this all along the forest floor. These tridentate margins on the leaves. When I looked this up, this came out to be in the genus Synaphia, which is in the family Proteaceae, which is a family that I think is very common in the southern hemisphere. And these are young ones right here. They'll get much bigger, probably start blooming during the winter months, I assume. Kind of looks like Artemisia a little bit, like a little bit, you know, maybe a mix between Douglasiana and Tridentata somewhat. And that's just my California mind speaking. Oh, and then we got this right here. This is Noitsia floribunda, also known as the Australian Christmas tree. And the reason they call it that is because usually it has this huge bloom, like this tree like goes off. It goes from green to basically like bright yellow orange and everything. And that usually occurs around Christmas time. And I just learned that this is a hemiparasitic plant, so it actually parasitizes the root systems of nearby trees and shrubs, particularly that Jarrah tree, that Eucalyptus tree that I mentioned earlier. Oh, and it's right next to a Eucalyptus too, right here. I would bet that this is parasitizing this Eucalyptus. And Noitsia floribunda, Australian Christmas tree. All right, another understory plant right here. This is Kunzia montana, or the mountain Kunzia, also in the Myrtaceae family. And this one was interesting because I noticed on it right here we have these little like kind of puffy or like stringy, actually I can't think of the words to really describe this, but this is Calicoccus acaciae, which is a scale insect actually. So it's in the order Hemiptera, which is the same order as aphids, assassin bugs, cicadas, and stuff like that. It's in the superfamily Coccoidea, and it's an insect actually. It's an insect that produces these like kind of filaments off of it. Many scale insects produce like some sort of like filament or these things that come off it. I don't know the scientific term of it, but yeah, it's a parasitic organism, and it and these kind of seem to be attacking this Kunzia right here. Very interesting. Okay, I had to bushwhack a little bit for this one, but I saw this like far off on the trail right here. But here we go, the sexy one of the day. This is Thyssinotus. I'm not sure what the species is. It could be either one of two species, either multiflora or I forget the other one. It's in the Asparagaceae family, which is that same family as that Xanthorrhoea that we saw earlier. Same family as agaves and yuccas and everything, and asparagus obviously. Common name is fringe lilies, which, you know, should be apparent why they're called that. Yeah, sexy looking flower, ain't it? All right, this type of terrain is a little bit annoying to walk up because it's pretty loose. And you can see right here, I mean, very loose, you know, sandy soils coming from the parent rock, which undoubtedly is some sort of sandstone. And it kind of makes it difficult to walk, even if you were to have traction, because it just kind of degrades easily underneath your feet. But yeah, anyway, it's like 12 o'clock right now. It's getting pretty hot, and I think I'm gonna hit the beach. So with that being said, keep your decisions scientific, stay away from all the gimmicks. I'll make a boss slice. Peace up, peace out. Go on and learn some. All right in somebody's front yard, we got Micropus fuliginosus. They're scared of me right now. These look like some young ones. Family Macropodidae, which I guess refers to their large hind feet that they use to jump around. It's only natural you're going to see one of these in Australia. This is where they evolved. This is Australia, the land of the marsupial. Not placental mammals. Placental mammals didn't really evolve out here. These guys did, and they were doing just fine. Yeah, the gray kangaroo is the most numerous kangaroo out here. And because they're so numerous, I mean, you can imagine this is what happens every now and then. It's a good thing that their populations are globally secure.